Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with three different challenges. I'm going to use my counterfeit kit challenge and get some more embellishments on a page. I'm going to use Stretch the Sketch, which is also on my board, so it actually works for off the board with pineapple papers. And this is what the sketch is, and it's from Hip Kit Club, and I'm going to shrink it down to an 8x8. So I pulled out this concentric cosmic circle from Dusty Attic. I got it in a box from MK at Some Assemblage Required. I think it was a December one because there's a December sticker on there. And before I started, I painted it black. And I want to do this picture of my oldest. She was at Okotoks Film Festival. This is the makeup look she did for their screening of their film, The Raven, which won that one. So there's going to be a whole section in her book with all of these pictures. So this is the look before. And she did her makeup look on her own. She is quite the artist, and that is a feathered wing of a raven. And both sides of her face match. She did both of them. It took her a little bit of time, but she also did the makeup looks for most of her group as well. So those pictures will be in her book as well. I don't have permission to share those ones with people, so I might do those ones off screen. We'll see. Or I'll put a heart on their face like I normally do. So I wanted to cut around this. So I cut a lot of the cutting around it out because it was quite tedious. So it was turn it over, make an incision, turn it back over to the back, continue the incision and back and forth so that I didn't have too much that wasn't showing. I pulled out the green film strip and the camera because this is on some of those other pages that I've already done for her. That circle bit came from my counterfeit kit. So, and it's a very, very simple page today. So I'm going to use some packaging technique because that's what's happening in behind. I cut my paper down to 8x8. Then I sprayed this and I'm going to put this on, and this is the chalkboard in Tattered Angels, and it is way too dark for what I want. And so I'm looking at it and going, oh dear, nope, not what I wanted. So I am going to put it on top. It's too much. Like, I didn't want it to be in like as dark and in all the spots that I wanted. So I'm going to go get a new piece of paper. And so it is 8. Already cut down 8, but I left it long because, yeah, it might be 8.5 still. Yeah, it's still 8.5. I was like, well, what if I put this on here? Would that work? No, it's not going to work. It'll be something else some other time, not for this one. And so I'm going to bring in that piece of cardstock. It's 100-pound cardstock, so it holds the ink really well. Notice that there was another piece that I wanted to cut out, so that's what this looks like. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and check and so. And then that's the last piece that comes off of it. So yeah, it was actually a pretty quick layout for me to do. Most of my layouts take me over an hour to do. This one, even with the redo, took me about 40 minutes. So that was weathered wood and fossilized amber, and that is more of the gray that I wanted on the background for the packaging. Has a little bit of sparkle. It's not over the top. Gonna add some more of the fossilized amber and wipe that off, and that looks pretty cute. I like that. That works so much better. Some splatter and some more splatter, and I'll get some more splatter. This was like a super quick, easy layout to put together. So this is going to go across, like there was a piece across in the sketch. The circle piece that I have represents the circle on the sketch. I changed where my photo was, obviously, but there was 3 pictures along the sketch top 2, so I'm going to use an embellishment there, and I'm going to call it good. I think it doesn't need too much more than that. just because of what's going on here. I wanted a little bit more of the weathered wood. I did do a little bit of drying in between so that it would stay how I wanted it to be. A little bit more splatter, a little bit cleanup. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. This is going to go on. I'm going to take a hair out. There's like, I don't know how there's a dog hair there, but there's dog hair there. And then this is going to go on like this. And I'm liking that. I'm like, what do I do? A little bit more splatter here. We're going to do lots of splatter over and over. So I'm going to glue this down on top of the film strip. And then I'm going to take the glue and run it along the top of the film strip because most of them will be covered up anyway. And that should be enough to hold that in place. And then this is going to go down. I'm going to use glue on the back of the picture, and that will be enough to hold this in place. Erase my mark so I knew where I was going to put my mixed media. And that I like so much better. It was only paper, right? So, and that other paper I'll use eventually, I'm sure, for something, even if it's just doing die cuts. So I'm going to cut that off. It needs a title, a little bit of journaling, and some more splatter, and to be cut down. So I pulled out some black letters. So I really like this scripty one, but I don't have enough letters in it, and I don't have enough letters that I can actually Frankenstein something together to make an E or the L or the K. So that one wasn't going to work. This one I'm looking at and going, I don't have a capital L, but I have a T, and I have the lowercase letters, and I have the lowercase letters for the. So I can do this one. So I'm going to call it The Look. And my oldest thought that was a funny name for it. I'm like, but it's just your makeup look. And she's like, yeah, but Mom, The Look. I'm like, yeah. And then because I was talking to her on the phone because she's up in dorm right now doing a college program for July. And so I sent her the picture of it and she's like, oh, that's so cute. I really like it. But she just couldn't picture what it was. So I got those all glued down because they did not come off very nicely. The sticky stuff stayed adhered to the backing. So, and then I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. I was going to go for it with my pen, and then I thought better of it, which is good because I'm like, that doesn't fit where I wanted it to fit, and I'm going to change it. So it literally just says Okotoks Film Festival Makeup Look June 2024. And over it in my black felt pen. And then I'll use my vinyl eraser and erase it. That doesn't take long for it to dry, so I don't even have to worry about my eraser. Now I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 by 8.5, which is a little bigger than my 8 by 8 pages, but this will go in a 12 by 12 album. So I can put this in a 12 by 12 page and then just stitch around it. Or I might back it on black eventually later, but right now it's 8.5 by 8.5. Just cleaning up a little bit of the splatter that I got on her picture with the fossilized amber. Going to do a little bit more of the weathered wood. And we're almost done. This one took no time at all. So that is definitely a wrap on this page. Close-ups will be to follow. If you loved how this came together today, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share some crafty love in the comments below. Blogs, playlists, and links are always linked in the description box below. Oh, so pretty. And until next time, make sure you stay inspired, scrappy, and full of ideas. Thanks for being here and have yourself a wonderful day.